Hi everybody, my name is Theresa and welcome back to Theresa's Soapbox. Today we're going to do a quick overview into how can I figure out if I qualify for a mortgage. So a lot of you out there, you might not really be sure what it is that we're looking at when I ask all these questions on your mortgage application. I'm asking about how much money you make and, all of your past credit and credit cards and all of that stuff. It seems very invasive, and I'll let you know what it is that lenders and banks are looking for when they're asking all of these questions. So the three parts of qualifying for a mortgage are number one, your income. So obviously you're arranging a mortgage, you're promising to repay the bank or lender over the next 5 years per se. And so we want to look at not only how much money you make, but also your employment history, employment stability, and status, because I want to know how reasonable is it to assume that you will be able to make this amount of money for the next 5 years, because you have to repay your mortgage for that whole period of time. Now, the second thing that we look at are your debts. So obviously, as money comes in, money goes out, and at this point in your life, you may have incurred some debts, things like student loans, credit card debt, car loans even. And if there's not much money left over, so if you've got so much debt that all of the money coming in is just going right back out to pay those previous debts, then obviously you don't have much left over in order to arrange a mortgage and pay that as well. Now, the third thing that we look at is your credit. Credit is sort of related to your debts, but not really the same. And it's mainly just a history of your previous debts recorded into sort of one easy to read place. Now, what they look at is how well you've been paying all of your previous debts, things like your student loans, credit cards, and car loans. If you've ever missed any payments, if you've ever filed any bankruptcy or collections. And what they do is they calculate all of that and assign a number, which ends up being your credit score. The higher the number, the better, which essentially means that when our banks and lenders look at your application, if it's a nice high number, they also will be quite willing to lend you money, because based on your past history, it's quite likely that you will be able to repay this mortgage into the future. Now, obviously there's some other issues like your down payment. You do have to satisfy some down payment requirements. And once you are pre-qualified and you find your property, the property itself will also need to be looked at. So a lender won't lend you money based on a house if the house is, going to fall over and be worth nothing in the next few years. But for the basics of how you can qualify for a mortgage, it's those three. So if that was interesting to you, click over to the side, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get notified of our next video when it comes out, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.